Today we are going to make Uyghur classic Laghman. I already measured out the water for the dough. It's 130 milliliter cold tap water. I already made this recipe in my first video and I made it with lamb and Asian yolong bean. Maybe these ingredients are very hard to find for you. Maybe you don't like lamb. So today's recipe, we are going to use beef and onion, tomato, paprika, very easy. As usual, we are going to make dough first. 2 pinches of salt and then put water in the dough little by little. Quantity of the water is very important because if you put too much water, the dough becomes too watery. So just fill the dough like this, grab it and use your whole body weight to press it like this with your fist. Bam, bam, bam. Ooh. You know, it's like a little workout. I'm almost done here with the dough. At the end, you can check the dough by looking at the outside of the dough. If it doesn't have a dry spots on the surface and also no dry spots inside, that's good. Let it rest for about 15 minutes and don't forget to cover it with a wet towel. After 15 minutes, the dough is ready. It looks good. Prepare like this flat plate and lubricate it with oil. Also the edges. And then with oil hands, lubricate the dough. Press it a little bit. Make a square dough. Lubricate the table also. Now I'm going to cut the dough in 3 pieces. Set aside. Now we are going to make thin, smooth and long rope. I'm going to roll the dough with my palms on the working surface like this. Up and down, up and down. At the same time, move to side like this. And repeat this process until you will get long, smooth, even rope. And the thickness of the rope is about your pinky. It's a little thicker than my pinky, so I'm going to continue with the rope. Look at this. Now with this rope, I'm going to make beautiful round rope coil. This is very important noodle technique in our Uyghur cuisine. We use this technique for lots of noodle dishes. Lubricate the surface and all the edges of the coil with oil. Like this. In this way, they don't stick to each other. And then cover it with plastic foil. Don't press the noodle, but just the sides of the plate. When you finish the first one, you can continue with the second and third. And make sure you do this step in room temperature. Otherwise, the dough become very dry. If you do this outside, it's better you cover the dough. If the dough a little dry, you can put a tiny bit oil on your palms. This coil technique we call in Uyghur pilte qilish. Pilte qilish. When I succeed making pilte, I'm so happy. I feel like as my mom, because she's very good at making Laghman. She makes always so beautiful, even and smooth dough coil, pilte. I'm so proud of myself. Look at this. Cover it again. Continue with third one. I'm just finished with the pilte. Set aside for 15 minutes. Prepare the water for boiling the noodle. Prepare also the strainer and the cold tap water for washing the noodle. These are the ingredients, all the ingredients of the sauce for 2 hungry people. Some beef and seasoning, some oil and soy sauce. And 4 kinds of vegetables, such as this one, long green paprika. I don't know the specific name, English name of this one. So if you know the name of this one, let me know in the comments down below. I always begin with cleaning the vegetables, wash them to prepare them to cut. When you clean this green paprika, open it like this to remove the inside. It has very thin and small seeds, so use a small knife. Remove it. We don't need that. Cut the beef. When you cut the beef, cut it very thin. Look at this very thin, and I cut it in 2. So each piece is like this big. When you cut the meat, you need a very sharp knife. In this way you cut the meat very beautifully. I'm going to slice the onion very thin. Choose deep red colored tomato. It adds lots of flavor to the dish. It's fresh, it's colorful, amazing. I put the tomato in a apart bowl because it's very juicy. In this way we can collect all the juice in this bowl. It's time for the green paprika. I cut them in a diagonal. This fresh ingredients smells already like cooked sauce. It's very familiar. It reminds me my grandmother's home. Cut the red paprika also diagonally. Look at this color. Red and green, it's always so beautiful. Now set aside because we are going to continue with the dough. Today I'm going to share with you 2 kinds of techniques for stretching the dough. First one is the classic one. It's like just stretching between your thumbs and between your index finger. Put it on the working surface. Continue with the next section. Each time after you stretched, put it on the working surface. Just stretch it like this. Don't grab it too hard. This one you should grab it hard, but other one is very light. Let it slide between your fingers. Stretch it very gentle, left to right. And at the same time, take it out from the plate and continue with this side. Now I'm going to show you the second technique, and that's also very easy. You put this section on the table, and at the same time with your palm roll it on the table like this, and continue with the rest of the rope until they become even and smooth rope. At the same time you stretch the dough with your left hand to the other side. Your hands is like up, down, up, down, up, down, and your other hand is moves to the side. So as you can see, we have already stretched dough, and one dough coil is left, and water is already boiled, cold water, chopsticks and strainer. Now we are going to dance with the dough. Dance, dance, dance. Pick the beginning of the dough and put it between your middle finger and index finger, like this, and open your palm and keep the distance not too high between your palm and the table, and then put the noodle on the edge of your palm, like this. This is the first quart. Now we are going to continue making quarts. Next one is comes to other side of the palm like this, and you turn the palm around like this so it stays on the edges of your right hand. Continue with quart making. Third one, fourth one, put it on the edge with left. Turn your right hand around and put it on the right hand. Left hand, turn it around. Oops, don't be nervous, keep calm and continue with making quarts. Right, left, right, and then at the end put the end between your index finger and middle finger. Look at this, noodles are almost ready. Now hit the table and dance with the noodle like this. Don't break, don't break. If the noodle break, don't afraid of this. And if you like a very thin noodle, keep hitting. Ah, no, but it's okay. Put it in the water, very gentle. Bye bye dancing noodle. And mix it with chopsticks, very gentle. When the noodle is boiled, put a little cold water, like this, a splash of cold water, and let it boil again. This is the second time I put splash of water again, and let it boil for the third time, and then I will take it out. In our Uyghur family, We don't look at watches for boiling the noodle. It's just a filling and let it boil for 3 times and put 3 times of cold water. That's it. But if you don't know why, because I don't know why we do that, my mother say that it's because in this way the noodle will keep very it will not become mushy. It's ready. Take it out with a strainer and put it in cold water and take it out. It looks good. Let it rest, let it strain out the excess water. Uyghur mothers are noodle masters. They make lots of noodle course at the same time for making a noodle dance. If you like adventures, if you like challenges, try with the 2 ropes because you can get lots of cords at the same time and it's very fun to do. So I'm going to try this with the 2 ropes. It's very easy. Take your time. Breathe. Okay. Wish me luck. Make sure you have boiling water, okay? Now pick the beginning of the 2 ropes like this and put it between your middle finger and index finger. Open your palms and keep the same distance throughout whole process between your palm. Like this. Put it on the edge of your left hand and then turn it around your right hand. Continue with your right hand, turn it around, put it on the edge of your left hand. Continue with this step. If the noodle break, don't be afraid. Continue with noodles like this. Right, left, right, left, right, left. At the end, put the end between your index and the little middle finger and then hit the table. Yes, this is great. Oh no, it's okay. Put it in the boiling water. The process is the same. When it's boiled, put cold water, boil water, boil water. Repeat it for 3 times. Look at this. It's so long. The noodles are ready. Now we are going to make delicious, flavorful sauce. But first, I'm going to grind the Szechuan pepper. In this way, we're going to use dried, ground Szechuan pepper. It adds the kick to the flavor. I'm gonna use biggest burner. Turn on the fire to high heat. Put the oil into the pan, also the edges, and let it heat up. When the oil has high heat, you will see light smoke. The oil is hot. Put the beef. Cook it until it has golden brown color. It has very beautiful golden brown edges. This is beautiful. Put in soy sauce. Put in the onion. Mix it. After about a minute, put the tomato into the pan. Mix it. Don't mix the ingredients too much with your spoon, but flip the pan like this. In this way, all the ingredients stays very beautiful. Put in the paprika. Look at this color. Mix all the ingredients. It's almost ready. Now add water. You can also add noodle water. After about 1 to 2 minutes, it's done. So don't cook it too long, because now all the ingredients are fresh and the color is so as it is. If you find the noodle is too cold, put it in the noodle water again to warm it up, but not too much. Just 1 to 2 twice, otherwise the noodle becomes too watery. My Laghman is ready. I can't wait to eat it. Look at this. It looks so good. It's our tradition that we serve Laghman with noodle water. You can try noodle water too if you want. I hope you like this recipe. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends and family. And see you next week. Bye!